Hey everyone, it's Hillary Johnson here in Chicago with the School of the Beautiful. And today I wanted to share with you some of the reasons I'm even thinking of creating this project called the School of the Beautiful. And I wanted to share with you a little bit of a reading from one of my favorite new books that's called Beauty, the Invisible Embrace, Rediscovering the True Sources of Compassion, Serenity, and Hope by John O'Donohue. That's what it looks like. So I'm here in my studio today, and I can show you a little bit. I'll get out of my way here. Here's some of the portrait work I do with people in the water. And then here's some other kind of smaller work. I know it's kind of hard to see, but I'm doing new work in the landscape and so forth. And so I'm here today working on some book dummies and stuff. But I'm doing a lot of thinking about what I want this adventure to be all about. And so I thought I would share a little bit of the reading that has been inspiring me and just throw it out there and see how it lands for you guys. And to ask you a few questions, to invite you to consider how beauty and the beautiful shows up in your life, and maybe offering a bit of an invitation for you to look for it perhaps more intentionally. So this is from very early in the beginning of this book. So John O'Donohue wrote, and the subtitle of this little section is called Beauty is Quietly Woven Through Our Days. When we hear the word beauty, we inevitably think that beauty belongs in a special elite realm where only the extraordinary dwells. Yet without realizing it, each day, each one of us is visited by beauty. When you actually listen to people, it is surprising how often beauty is mentioned. A world without beauty would be unbearable. Indeed, the subtle touches of beauty are what enables most people to survive. Yet beauty is so quietly woven through our ordinary days that we hardly notice it. Everywhere there is tenderness, care, and kindness, there is beauty. And I love that. And I think that's just a kind of enough to get us started. This idea that beauty is quietly woven through our days, but that we also are very often so busy we don't even notice it. And I agree with O'Donohue that a life without beauty is just it sounds terrible. It sounds unbearable, because life is hard, and no one needs to tell us that lately. No matter where you are on the globe right now, there's so many things happening that are extremely difficult. But then, side by side with that are the things that are extremely beautiful and very simple. And so some of the things, and I realize this has been with me my whole life. I remember being a really small child, maybe even 4 years old, and maybe having been told to take a nap and not really wanting to nap because I thought I was going to miss something. But I was an only child, and I really, I've been who I am. I think all of us, like we kind of are born with certain gifts or proclivities, capacities. And I was always kind of quiet and sensitive. And so for me, being in a room, watching the light just kind of move across the wall or the floor was really my earliest experiences of something being truly beautiful. Or also, there were curtains that were kind of sheer, and in the summer, in the good weather, when the windows would be open, the curtains would kind of blow in the breeze, and just watching that and the light coming through the curtains and the little bit of dust motes, just that could keep me really engaged for a long time. And that when you're walking down the street, the way light bounces around, whether if you're in an urban setting, even just noticing, maybe you're in a big city, but noticing how the light bounces from the glass of big urban centers onto the walls of other buildings or onto the street, or even, watching the sun come up each day, watching the sun go down is really these are simple examples. Or I love O'Donoghue's idea that wherever there's some gentleness or caring concern for another, there's beauty. Just like the way people might touch hands, you know, the way an older person might hold the hand of a small child, or the way someone is sweetly walking their dog or patting their cat or something like that. There's so many ordinary ways that beauty shows up for us. It's spring here in Chicago, and so right now there's all these trees lining the sidewalks, and in the area, the neighborhood that we live in, it's a lot of cement. But there are some trees, and some of them are younger and some of them are older. But the younger ones, you know, I always feel like I feel a little bad for them because they look kind of lonely in their square of cement. But nonetheless, like, they persevere and they bloom. And right now, all the things are just coming to bud out, and it's quite lovely. And even just the shape of the sticks, you know, the branches of the trees is quite beautiful. But watching the leaves as they begin to come out, and some trees have little bits of like a fuzz, you know, that's good before the flower comes. That's really beautiful. And little things like that, I really try to notice intentionally so that it gives me a chance in the busyness of rushing around, that there's always something to hold space for and to witness and to celebrate. And when I can notice, even just for a moment, it just takes me out of whatever mind state I might be in. And to make the rhythm and ritual of daily life, you know, the sun coming up and the sun going down, the way the seasons flow, being attuned to the rhythms of the area where you live seems to help a great deal, and just giving a little bit of space and a break. So I just wanted to invite you to explore, and I would love to hear in the comments where you see beauty in all the places that you live, wherever you are. And I think that for those of you who might be watching from someplace that's really in turmoil right now, first, that I wish it weren't so. But that I have this feeling that if we could all come closer to beauty and to the beautiful a little bit, that as it eases our own stress and strain, we become a little gentler and a little softer, perhaps, a little more open. And that I'm reassured that throughout history, even when the most terrible things were happening, people made art. They painted, they drew, they wrote, they created music, they sang and danced as a way of keeping up the spirit and lifting each other up. So I think that's really kind of my other part of the invitation, is first go out and see what is around you, just something as simple as the light moving across a piece of the floor or the wall or a curtain, what it is in nature, whatever you have access to. And it's kind of, I guess maybe it's the Find the Beauty challenge. And then share here with us what that might be. I'd love to hear what you're all seeing, how it makes you feel. And if you notice that making an intention, setting an intention to notice just a bit more, to notice what is beautiful around you and see how that changes things for you. All right. So thanks for watching today. I'd love for you to subscribe to this new channel. Like the video if you do, share it with your friends, and so forth. Subscribe, and let's spread the goodness of beauty as a calling to all of our hearts, all around this beautiful blue planet that we live on. Thanks so much. See you later. Bye for now.